Hello, this is Iggy from ScooterLab, and we're in sunny Peterborough for the 2021 launch of the Yamaha Delight and the NMAX 125s. Both commuter-based machines. The NMAX is quite a higher spec than the Delight, and there's £500 difference between them. Having said that, both scooters are fantastic little commuters, ideal for nipping into town, for getting to work. And if you're one of the commuters that sort of jumped off a train, not literally, but jumped off the train or public transport onto two wheels since lockdown, then either of these is a good choice. But we're going to take them both out, have a spin, and see what we think of them. It's not too high, the seating position, which is good for you smaller people. Also got two positions for your feet. You can have them flat there or forward, which gives you a little bit of a change of position if you're doing some longer journeys, or if it just suits your style really. As you can see inside there, there's got a charge point there, which is 12 volt rather than USB. Comes with start-stop technology, which is operated by this button here. You can leave it on. There's two modes, one for ordinary riding, one for city riding. It swaps automatically depending on what your engine's doing. You also got hazard warning lights, and you've got a menu button on your left index finger which cycles through the various functions. All the LCD dash is all new on this particular model. It's quite a nice, easy to see layout with everything you need really. Fuel gauge, temperature, time. It's also got connectivities to your phone, so you can see if you're getting messages or calls if you wanted to. That connects through the My Ride app, which is a dedicated Yamaha app. And fuel economy on this one has been increased as well. They reckon 200 miles to the tank, and I think the tank is 7.1 litres, so can't grumble at that. Suspension's also been improved on this model, and it feels pretty plush to me. As 125s go, it's quite nice. The engine as well, it's Euro 5. It's got new head with new adjustable valve actuator. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in the write-up. The barrel's been changed as well. Quite a few changes internally, although power's not really been changed. You can see it stopped there. And get ready when the traffic lights change. We'll see the start-stop in action. That's it, we're off. Wacky racers back to base. The frame has also been strengthened on this. The way the actual cradle of the frame is, the back part of it has been beefed up a bit, which is designed directly for fast food delivery people, which 25% of the UK customers for this bike are fast food delivery people, and they want to have a nice big box on the back for all your takeaways and parcels and all that sort of stuff, which is quite clever. But it also means for a commuter, if you want to put a decent sized back box, top box on there, or a bit of luggage, whatever, then it's going to be fine. The engine picks up from a standing start very well. It's a liquid cooled lump, which gives it a little bit more poke. Generally, liquid cooled is the better option. Always a little bit more expensive for the consumer, but worth it just for that better spec really. Now if you're one of the commuters who's suddenly decided to take to two wheels since the old lockdown thing began, then you can't really fault this as a perfect commuter machine. Price is really good, got a good spec, quick enough, various options from Yamaha. They do certain packs for like winter pack and touring pack, so you can get top box, screen, that sort of stuff. Read more about them in the article. They also do Olin shocks for this, so if you want a performance upgrade or at least a suspension upgrade, you can buy some of them. If your morning commute takes you into a city via some faster stretches of road, then a liquid cooled 125 is probably the better way to go. It just gives you that little bit more scope. Doing 58 mile an hour, 60 mile an hour, but plenty to go. 63. I I'd say probably see about 68 on this. Hotsk is about as aerodynamic as a brick, I think. You can have a bit of fun on a 125, get a couple of mates. It's nice to be out actually riding again, it's been a while. The other thing this has got is ABS and traction control. Traction control is switchable, and the ABS works to all, well, to both brakes. Got a 230mm disc on front and rear. Grooves in the heart, yeah. We just jumped off the new NMAX 125 and we're onto the new Yamaha Delight 125. This is a bit more of an entry-level model, air-cooled engine rather than liquid-cooled. Not got quite so many bells and whistles as the NMAX, but it's still a fantastic little scooter. 2,899 quid I think it is, which pitches it a little bit below, like probably a couple hundred quid below the Honda PCX. So for less than £3,000, get it on finance, and you've got yourself a good little bit of transport that's going to be reliable, built well, looks okay, not as likely to get nicked as something a bit more fancy, but it's perfect for getting you to work and back. It's certainly a lot better than some of the cheaper Chinese brands out there. You can pick a 125 up for 1,500 quid, but I wouldn't recommend a lot of them. At least with the big names, you've got the backup, you've got the dealer network, and you know if things go wrong, then you've got some comeback. But most modern scooters are very reliable these days. Literally, it's just press the button and go. This one's also got the stop-start on it, save a bit of fuel, which you can switch on or off, a bit like the NMAX. It's also got the new silent starting mechanism. Rather than a conventional starter motor, it uses the battery on reverse to do some voodoo. I think we'll leave that there for the time being. I'll explain it in the text. It's quite a nippy little thing, to be honest. Certainly not a slow air-cooled 125. Been on a lot slower. Suspension's alright, it's got nice white pearlescent paintwork. There's also a matte black option. There's a maroony red option. Comes on maxi tyres, which are handling alright. Nice short wheelbase. One of the things they do to save cash on this one, or keep the cost a bit lower, is the braking system is just combined braking rather than ABS. And that's not a bad thing really. Just means that you squeeze the rear lever and it operates the rear brake and also a bit of the front brake, so you sort of stop them under control, which is quite good for a novice rider. It means you can, if you try really hard, lock it up like I just did there. But you do have to try hard. The handling on this is quite good. You can throw it about a bit more than you'd expect to be able to. It's quite surprising really. I think all it needs is for a commuter screen up here. Just take a little bit of that wind off. Do about 56 mile an hour sat up. Probably a couple of mile an hour extra to go as well. just because you're going to work and back, it don't mean you can't have fun on the way there. Getting close to 60, head down a little bit. Might just get that little bit more out of it. Oh, nearly. Bit of slipstream had I had that. Still do this car on the roundabout though. Pretty sure of that. But he wishes he'd got one of these instead of his VW. If I'm going to sum the Yamaha Delight up, it's a decent priced little commuter. It might have all the bells and whistles of something that costs 300 or 400 quid more, like the liquid cooled engine, ABS, traction control, that kind of thing. But it's still a nippy little scoot. Perfect for going to work and back on. It's the sort of thing you'd leave outside the office, chain it up and not worry too much about it. Whereas something a bit more expensive, you might be thinking, is it still going to be there when I get back? Maybe, maybe not. This is a out and out commuter tool made for getting to work and back. It's got a better finish and a better name than your cheapo Chinese stuff. You know, you're buying Yamaha and you're buying quality. If I was to talk to people that were just getting into biking or riding, they don't want to be on public transport anymore, and they're looking for a cheap and effective way of getting to work, then you won't go far wrong on this. 2,899 quid into fortune really. Certainly less than your season ticket for your train or whatever if you live in a city, or your bus fares if you live and work in a city. So you can't really complain. Buy this CBT, 120 quid. You're on the road with your insurance, self-kitted out with a laid jacket, riding trousers or some waterproofs. Another 150, 200 quid, depending on what spec. And that's it, good to go. I for one would sooner be on this than packed into a bus or train every morning, not knowing if I'm getting a seat, not knowing who's breathing on me. Can't beat a scooter, so you should get yourself down to your nearest Yamaha dealer and snap one up. Just going to show you the stop. So that's it stopped. If you have a look down here, there's a flywheel. Twist the throttle and you see the flywheel move. It starts up virtually seamlessly and silently compared to a starter motor. What they're like on the road shortly. We'll go and get dressed now. That's try again. So we're going to get up. No, we're not going to get up. Oh, we're doing all right till then. So we're going to get our